Today we're going to talk about mindset in the gym. Now the gym is a lot of things for a lot of different people. For me, it's always been my release. Going to the gym, getting my emotions out, getting all those things I couldn't necessarily put into words and get them right out in the gym. And that was always my motivator to always go in the gym, and it turned into something that was perfecting myself in a lot more ways than just mentally and physically. It just brings you and teaches you so many lessons that you could use throughout your life in many different ways. The mind tells the body what to do. Everyone knows that. And that's why mentality is the most important part, and going to the gym, dieting, all of it. Bringing it full circle, really. Mentality is what's going to get you through life. Mentality and your perspective is how you are going to succeed through life. When going to the gym, you got to have a mentality knowing it is not going to be fun all the time. You are not going to want to do it. Leg day, I never want to do it. I never want to do it. The second I get up, I am not wanting to go to leg day. I know it's going to happen. I know I got to do it. 15 different times I think about what other body part I could hit to make it still make sense into my schedule. But the gym, dieting, all of it is things you necessarily do not want to do. Most of the time, you're not going to feel like going to put your body through pain. You're not going to feel like eating that meal that you know is healthy and you know is necessary, but it's not exactly going to taste the best. It's not what you want at that time. So get through those challenges mentally every single day. Builds you, it makes you stronger, builds your willpower, builds your ability to get through situations you don't want to get to, builds your ability to do things no matter how you feel, to shut off emotion, right? Or in the same sense, you could use emotion in different ways. In the gym, you can use anger. In the gym, you can use pain, sadness, loneliness, all those negative emotions that you deal with throughout your day-to-day life. It's very hard to put those things into a positive thing. To sit there and deal with those emotions instead of just sit there and be like, okay, I'm sad, I'm lonely, this is bad, I wish this was different, I wish I could change this. Instead, you just go and put it into something positive. When you use emotion in the gym, you know you're coming out of that gym session stronger, better physique, or you're putting into a goal in general, right? Changing your physique and changing your lifestyle in a whole way is a goal. And you putting those negative emotions or negative situations and turning them into a positive is a huge win. And that is one of the main things you learn when going to the gym. And overall, when you're putting your body through pain and you're learning that growth comes through pain, is a huge deal in life. You learn that pain is not a negative, and pain is not the end. Pain is where the growth happens. You grow through pain, you learn from it. That is one of the biggest things you have to learn throughout life in general. When it starts getting challenging, that is when you're growing. If life is comfort and life is easy, you are not getting better, you are not growing. But in the gym, when it's uncomfortable and you're feeling the pain, that's when you know you're growing. That's when you know you're getting better. That is one of the biggest things. That's why the gym, and I push the gym, and I love training, because you're teaching people these lessons that they're going to learn through the gym instead of having to go through a lot of shit that a lot of people have to go through in their day-to-day life. So learning those lessons that aren't forced upon you, but you're learning them naturally through the gym, is a much better way, and it's all coming to a positive end goal. You getting in better shape changes your life, changes so many things around you, no matter what you're doing. And every job is sales. No matter what you're doing, it's always good. Throughout life, not even just jobs, but selling yourself is a big thing. And when first impression is someone who has a good physique, that tells me so much about that person. It tells me they're hardworking, they're disciplined, they have a care about themselves, right? They can set an end goal and stick to it. They know how to persevere, and they're a hardworking individual. I have a natural respect for that person because I know what they've done in the gym. Because of the physique, I know how hard it is and how challenging it is to maintain something like that. That's a natural respect I have for that person. So when you go to the gym, you kind of start to learn certain things about life, certain things about yourself. Learning about yourself is super important throughout life, and the gym helps us do that in so many ways, right? You learn what pushes you, you learn what motivates you, you learn what is your biggest obstacle, you learn what the biggest thing that usually shoots you down from doing what you know you're supposed to be doing, what that thing is. And you learn how to combat that, because to get to the gym, you have to overcome obstacles. You have to overcome your brain of not wanting to do this, not wanting to do that. So learning about yourself is a great way to succeed throughout life, and these are all things stemming from going to the gym. So a lot of people always ask, okay, well, I don't want to step on stage. That's not my goal. Why should I go to the gym? Go, well, why do you want to go have to deal with a bunch of shit throughout your life and learn how to go through struggle and go through all these real struggles and serious struggles, instead of learning that to push through pain comes growth, learning that to better yourself in all these ways makes you happier, building your self-confidence, and all that can happen in the gym instead of go happen out in the real world. Why would you not want, instead of going to therapy, you go into the gym and you shut off your brain and you just focus on that one thing, right? That improving, that struggle, that pain, it shuts your brain off. Just put it all into the gym. Why would you not want to do that? The gym is going to teach you and help you learn so many lessons naturally that the struggles of life may teach you in other ways. There's a lot of different ways people get through hardships in life. There is, and most of them are not positive. But the gym is one positive way, and in my opinion, the greatest positive way that you can turn a negative situation into a positive. There is so much emotion that you could release into the gym, and it will come out a positive. Any end goal, really, putting any emotion into it will turn into a positive. Because emotion is energy, positive or negative, it is energy. That anger, that loneliness, that pain, it is all energy. You can put that emotion into something. And putting it into the gym is a great way to better yourself. Any situation, negative, positive, bettering yourself in that situation, bettering the outcome, right? You always want to be bettering yourself no matter what the situation is, and that's where you're always improving. If you sit on a situation and don't learn anything from it, negative, positive, you are not benefiting. Your main goal in any situation should be to turn negatives into positives, and one of the easiest ways to do that is going to the gym, is bettering yourself, is looking back and saying, what could I have done different? Blaming yourself. No matter what the situation is, blame you. Yes, it may or may not be your fault, but if you blame you, you can find a reason that it happened. You could find one thing that you did that could have led to that, which then helps you control the outcome, for the next situation. Always improving, always looking in the mirror and saying, what can I do better? How can I be better? And a way to stay humble too in the gym. There's always something you can improve on. You can always get stronger, more lean, more flexible, something. There's always a muscle group you can grow. There's always something else you can focus on. And the gym also helps us teach, like, we need to care about ourselves. It's good to put a lot of energy, devotion, love into others, but putting that onto ourselves is also good. You know, learning and bettering ourselves and sometimes doing things that we need, right? Look in the mirror and saying, what could I use right now? I promise you, once you start looking better, you get those abs, get those veins, you look in the mirror, you're happy no matter what outfit you got on, you're feeling good. That confidence, that self-respect you are knowing you accomplished something, that's something that's going to benefit you throughout your life all the time. So there's no reason really, and it's really hard for someone to tell me there's a reason for them to not exercise, go to the gym, eat better. There's unlimited benefits, longevity, health, mental-wise, learning the confidence, like I said, that self-respect you earn from it, and from others. When they see you, they have a self-respect because they know what you put in, they know the work you put in. And the traits you learn and the lessons you will learn from the gym are unlimited. So get in the gym, stop coming up with excuses for a reason to not go to the gym. Learn to fight through pain, learn the lessons the gym can teach you. Lock in.